Explicit content warning. Easily offensive contains subject matter unsuitable for anyone under the age of 18. Every episode is meant to be taken as satire, and we do not condone racism, bigotry, or acts of violence. Thank you for listening to the Easily Offensive Podcast.
Break the ugly one, always in your face. Sack of ginger with no soul, taking up space. Kevin's tall as a 7-year-old, standing so small. Feeling less attractive, Jack Skellington, haunting us all. They come at you fast with words that cut deep. No topic off limits, they take no leap. Easily offensive, they push the boundaries wide. No apologies given, they got nothing to hide. Easily offensive, making you squirm in your seat. They'll say what they want, no filter, no retreat. Easily offensive, challenging the status quo. Hold on tight, 'cause they're about to blow.
Roses are red. 9/11 was tragic. Last night, the Detroit Lions played like a bunch of...
Yeah! Wow, that was perfect! Goddamn, that's teamwork, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck, that's what we've been waiting for.
What kid wants two faggot titties?
Starting off strong, bitches. It's been, 3 weeks?
Goddamn
I think,
here.
yeah.
And we're
weeks.
fucking
Yeah.
back, and we're more offensive than ever.
And it's the new
Fucking year.
It's the new year. We had a lot of people and things die, but we're back. God damn it.
A lot of things have died.
A lot of
Yeah.
things can make us take a week off, but you can't kill us forever. Welcome back to Easily Offensive, my dear fucking friends.
fuck yeah.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Yeah. Happy
He's
New
ecstatic. I mean, this has been pent up for fucking weeks.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it has.
he's bringing the heat today,
Yeah,
It's
dude.
a good. That intro was specifically to make you red-faced laugh,
Dude,
and it worked.
I almost fell out of my chair.
Yeah.
By the way, Zach, thank you. That was fucking.
That
perfect.
was-
Right
Yeah,
on fucking
perfect.
cue. That was great.
I'm so glad when you were like, "Hey, about the intro," and you stuck back there. I was like, I don't think I should be in on this because I had ideas too. Yours beat the shit out of mine.
All right,
so
good.
I'm glad
did.
that's what happened.
Bring back the fire, boys. How have we been? I'll tell you, not very good, but we're back.
Things
All
have
right.
been like really bad. Okay?
Yeah, it's been
Like-
crazy.
like
Yeah, it's-
really, really bad. But
Should we give them a timeline?
Let's start. What? The fucking last 2 weeks ago. Let's start
Well,
2 weeks
let's
ago.
start,
where
let's start
the-
with Christmas.
Yeah, let's start with Christmas.
Christmas?
Santa didn't show up. No, I don't know. Christmas was just its typical stressful
Yeah.
self, wasn't
Right.
it?
No,
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
how
have
I
a
felt.
podcast.
Yeah, we
that
didn't have a
weekend.
podcast. Our last podcast was right before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
right before.
And
Yeah.
then, of course, I have 4 children, so Christmas is a fucking nightmare. But I mean, everything went off pretty well. Christmas, the day itself was pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
that all went pretty smoothly.
yeah,
as
and then
it goes. Yeah.
New Year's rolls around. I don't think anything major happened until
No, me and Blake drank too much, but that's about it.
You know,
Yeah.
you just get into that state where you're like, okay, I'm ready for this fucking shit to be over. Because
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
you're
then
kind
they're
of
real.
just done with the holidays.
Fucking,
Like you just want to move on to like normal life again for a little bit. you
Fuck.
know?
I hate the holidays. 'Cause of my job.
I do like the holidays. I enjoy them, but I do get burnt out by them eventually. And I'm like just ready to like just live my normal routine.
Yeah.
Which hasn't happened yet.
Well, I mean,
it's like-
because it went Christmas, and then what happened?
So
then New Year's, and then our uncle went tits up on January 2nd. So
And then remember, the last time we were on here, I was all like, "Yeah, we won't be here until the president's in." Guess what's tomorrow?
yeah, you were
yeah,
close.
You were close.
Well,
you
Damn
were
near
close.
spot
I mean,
on.
so fucking far off if
Well-
none of that shit had happened.
So
Our
yeah,
uncle
for-
tried to help you out.
I want his last words were, "I want Gavin to be right."
I don't know who Gavin is. But
Well, technically, by the time the podcast releases,
The president will be.
oh yeah,
Trump-
by
It'll be the
time-
day of.
Trump is president as of today.
yep.
That you're listening to this.
So I win.
So I win.
Oh, speaking of people who win, let's talk about people who lose for a second here.
He's like, I'm gonna change gears here. I don't want to talk about my last
Should we
2
iron
weeks.
out
Would I
the
be
whole
screwed-
uncle thing?
Let's
'Cause I feel
iron
like,
that out and then
Okay,
we'll go
because
back
I
into
only said our uncle went tits up, and that feels disrespectful.
Yeah, no.
Okay. The only reason I said it like that is because that was one of my favorite ways that Darren would say that something
Yeah.
died or stopped working.
That was one of
He would
Uncle
always
Darren's
say,
Darrenisms, as Dylan's wife coined.
Yeah.
Darrenisms, in which he had a lot of them.
Oh, that's good.
And they were all funny. Like, not one of them wasn't funny, especially with his timing. He was never trying to be funny,
Never.
was always hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
he was one of
cute.
those dudes. He was pretty much just an old, grumpy, cigarette smoking, beer drinking redneck guy that lived up at our grandmother's cabin in Island Park.
for like 14 years.
Would not fucking come off of that hill. He came down twice for like super major events
Yeah.
or to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
So
or- yeah.
that's pretty much
Came
the-
off of that hill rarely.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking, he was averaging less than once a year. Like, to actually come out of the park itself.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he loved it up there. But like Blake said, never tried to be funny. One of the funniest fucking people you've ever met in your life.
Yeah, never.
And he was just a great dude, man. So it's pretty sad. Obviously, Blake and I have known him our whole fucking lives. He was our mom's older brother.
yeah.
But I always said Darren would rather live 58 years drinking beer and smoking cigarettes than 80 years without doing that.
100%. Yeah.
You know, he was a NASCAR watching fucking LA Rams fan.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember like like kind of like a cryptic future prediction kind of thing. Like, we're talking about the cabin and like what's gonna happen with the cabin. He's like we're talking about, like, you know, years in the future, like when grandma passes away, like what happens about it. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what we do. He's like, I'm gonna croak first. I don't know what I'm like why I'm worried about it, but he always called
Like
it
I
croak.
said, yeah.
I'm gonna croak, and I always thought that was such a funny
And
way.
he'd be
It's
like, fucking thing's fucking cratered. Fucking
yeah,
cratered.
it's cratered.
Fucking tits up. Went tits up. I don't want any of that shit. He'd always say that.
I don't want any of that shit.
One time we were up there with my kids and they had those Capri Suns, you know. And they were like, they would drink part of it and fucking leave them all over the place. And I'm sitting there on the front porch, and Darren comes up and he picks it up like it's something, like he's an alien that just landed. He's never seen a Capri Sun before, right?
Okay.
Because the only thing he's ever held to his lips is a Budweiser or a Busch Light.
Yeah.
And he holds it up. He's like, "Who's a sack of pop?"
Sack of pop.
And so now, since then, we called Capri Sun Sack of Pop, dude.
Dude, that's like one of those, like, it's almost Theo Vaughn-esque, where it like totally makes sense when somebody says it, but you would never
Yeah, you
think
just
about
never
it.
sack of pop, dude. It's like Darren was a fucking phenom. He was an alien because he lived away from normal society,
Yeah.
and did not give a fucking shit about what people thought of him at fucking all.
Yeah. One
Like,
of my,
if you just want to meet somebody that just does not give a flying fuck, it's that guy. So
yeah. There was two things he always said that I loved. One was like, he would always lean up against the railing of the cabin like this. He always held his cigarette like through his fingers right here, like kind of
yeah, and
near his
prop
chin.
his fucking
prop
head up
his, yeah,
with
he
the
just
cigarette.
kinda,
hand.
like, just to like mainline it to his face, right? And he'd always say, like, whenever you said something funny or like a reference to something, he'd go,
Yeah, sometimes it wouldn't register right away. He'd just be quiet. And Darren always wore sunglasses. Like, he was one of those guys when he rarely took them off. He had the white.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, the white sun
And-
tan.
yeah,
and he,
like,
he
permanent.
So you never, like, Darren would do this thing where he put his hands on his hips, and he had like a hunch, you know.
Yeah.
And he'd be like staring, and he'd fucking bite his lip a little bit, but he had his sunglasses on, but he'd get lost in thought, like he'd be fucking zoned out, you know. But he'd be staring right the fuck at you when he did it, and so you're just like,
What are you doing?
are you fucking looking at me or not? Like,
What's going on? Because you're like black
but
sunglasses.
so
you never tell.
sometimes you'd say something, you didn't even think he was, like Blake said, he'd be leaning on the fucking railing like this, cigarette glasses. You can't see his thoughts. You can't see what he's thinking or looking at. And then he'd go,
once it occurred to him.
scare the piss out of you, like, oh,
Or-
Jesus, Darren
Or
is
you
here. Cool.
talk about something that was like annoying, someone that went wrong, some stupid guy that he disagreed with or whatever, and you go, piss.
No piss.
Say piss like it was fun. That was one of my favorites. So anyway,
Rest in peace, Uncle Darren.
we'll miss you.
We love you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then last week we were in Island Park for his
Funeral.
celebration of life.
Okay, yeah. Celebration.
We don't do
Way
funerals in our
better.
family, really. It was at the bar that he worked at, so it was just people drinking and talking, and it was awesome.
Nice.
And that's what we were
There you
there
go.
doing, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. They came up. This is so. They came up. The bartender that owned it, that knew Darren forever, came up to me and Dylan and says like, "Hey, one of you guys like to?" She was passing out beers so we could do a toast for him. And she says, would you guys, one of you guys like to get up and say something? I was like, fucking not me, dude. I'm like, Dad, he's the guy. And I was like,
Blake's all red and shit. He's like, no.
no.
Is that how
People
that happened?
staring at me?
Yeah, you didn't realize because you were sitting kind of in front of me. And she was like, would you, either one of you two, and I don't know why she zoned us out of everybody, but just came up to me and you and like, would one of you two like to say something? I was like, I'm not the guy for the job. and she looked at you, would you? And you were like, oh yeah, no problem. Popped right up. Nope, no issues at all. I almost had a fucking aneurysm even thinking about doing
Dude,
it.
I was so nervous.
You were cool as a cucumber, dude. Like,
Was
you
it
were like-
good?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I said.
It
I
was-
was so
it
nervous.
was perfect.
Because it was like last second, like, hey, do you want to get up in front of 100 people and say some words about Darren? Like, fuck, I wish they would have. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
even
gave
thought
you-
about prepping something, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, fuck, don't
You
get in your
just
head.
no,
I
you
can
just
do it.
you just like threw it out there and it was perfect. Like, and you just got up like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And everybody was like, yeah, obviously Dylan would be the one that did it. So she even said like, would you guys like to say? And I'm like, nope, not me, dude. like
I would've
because
paid
I
money.
know exactly how I would have gone. I would have gone like, hey, like, you guys, and then somebody would have had to tell everybody to quiet down for me because I'd be like, it's not working.
It's not working.
And I'd be like, yeah, so Darren's dead.
I didn't. Did I quiet the bar?
Yeah, you were like, hey guys. Yeah, and everybody's like,
Oh, fuck.
yeah, like
Dude,
you didn't have to. You didn't have to
That-
work
he
that
was
hard.
like,
Because
I
the
was
thing
so
about
stressed, I
like
just
doing that
blacked out.
shit is that people think that you can just do it without being nervous, and that's false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
But-
so nervous, dude. I remember when I was in like in Troy Players in high school doing a play. The opening night, I'd be like waiting for my cue backstage. You know, I could hardly fucking breathe because you get that tight nervousness in your chest. And people were like, "Oh, you don't even get nervous doing this?" I was like, "Oh yeah, you fucking do, man.
Yeah.
You get like fucking."
but there's
it's like,
nervous. There's
once
prepared
when
nervous.
you take that and then you walk out and you release that nervousness,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's why I like it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
prepared nervousness. You've done all the work. You were just hoping it went as good as it possibly could
Yeah.
go. And then there was that where you were unprepared, but you knew you could do it. And then there was me,
Who couldn't do it even if he was prepared.
like, and
Oh,
it's
he'd
like if
definitely do it. He could do it.
if
then.
Dylan wasn't there, I would have given it a shot. But I was like, between the two options, it's like
Why even
clear.
ask me? Yeah.
It's like clear, and she doesn't know us that well. So like, but I was like, he's your guy. Like I was like, nope, not me. Him.
but
him.
it was the whole thing was really good, dude. It
Yeah.
was like, because I mean, fuck funerals.
Yeah, I
Darren would
agree.
have never went to a funeral.
no.
And so it was just cool because it's this fucking bar that he's worked at for years. He's been the bartender there for years. He was the cook for a while. But it's up in Island Park. It's one of those cool, you know, what you would expect to be in a wooded area like that.
Yeah.
Like everything's like, you know, woodsy themed and there's like dollar bills. People sign dollar bills and staple them to the wall in this bar, and there's hundreds of them everywhere. And just a bunch of cool people that live up there and knew Darren, and all our family showed up. A family that like we don't see very often. There was family that haven't spoken for a long time.
Yeah.
That got together and ironed some shit out.
Yeah.
And you know, you're in the mountains. You walk outside of the bar to cool off a little bit, and all the you're in the forest, and all the trees are frosted, and it's fucking magical.
Yeah.
There's, like,
Yeah.
a
There was
whole-
some about it.
you know, it's just like that's what people are talking about when they talk about like connect with nature, or it kind of heals something inside of you that you really can't explain.
Yeah.
And then to have our family all together in this cool environment, you know, it was
Mhm.
just, it was cool. It was really cool. The whole thing went really well. And
I said
We
it. I
we
said
did
it.
have a hard time at first when we got up there though, because
God, dude, it was like
so the bar is right off the main road, and you have to turn right at the bar and go like what, a half mile up the hill,
almost exactly.
a mile
Yeah.
to the cabin itself. And so when you turn up and past the bar, you're off of the main road, and you're pretty much on your fucking own with whether they have decided to plow that road or not.
Yeah.
And so the road itself was pretty good, but once we got to the cabin, it was pretty much Mom's car was already stuck.
Yeah.
Grandma's Jeep was under feet of snow. We had our cousins following us up in a Sequoia. We were in my pickup, and we got the Sequoia stuck, and then they got it unstuck. We got my truck, like it's one of those turnaround driveways, you know. This side is blocked with my mom's car being absolutely dug down into the side of the snow. So we pull my truck in the other side, try to get that one unstuck, decide, fuck it, we're not going to get it unstuck, take all the shit out of her car, put it in the Sequoia, and then try to back my truck out, and I start spinning. And so we have to find a bag of salt and like throw salt under the tires, and Blake and our two cousins are pushing my pickup out while I'm backing up at like fucking trying to
Like mock Jesus. These
Yeah.
fucking wheels
Yo,
are
yeah.
spinning. Like,
finally get the truck out, try to figure out how to turn the Sequoia around, which he just ended up backing down the road like an eighth
until
of a
the next
mile.
turn, yeah, and then just turned out. And
And so it was just this holy fuck, and there's just mountains of snow around us.
dude,
and
in the afternoon before that, before Dylan got up there, I spent the whole afternoon just digging everything out. So I had already made progress.
Yeah.
With I got Mom's car unstuck, and then we backed it out, got stuck immediately again. I got the Jeep unstuck. I dug out 2 4-wheelers and a snowblower and all this
Yeah.
shit. Like, we're talking 5 feet of snow on everything.
Dude, and our cousins get out of the car and like meet us in the driveway. I'm like, God damn, if I had to live up here, I would have fucking died too.
He's like, the manual labor alone would have got me.
It's like once we got all that ironed out and got down to the bar, it was fucking awesome. But
It was
it's
a
like,
job
holy
getting
shit,
down
man!
there, yeah.
That's your problem. If you are a full timer up there, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah. And
Like-
we got notified that they weren't going to have Uncle Darren's ashes ready for us to like pick them up and like have them there, you
Yeah.
know. So then they told us like it takes a while, you know. And so like when we like pulled up, I like look over at Amanda, I'm like, Uncle Darren didn't show up to his own party.
I
thought he
was
was
just
damn.
like him.
I thought he would have appreciated that. I'm like,
He probably would have.
hey, yeah.
he
would've
never
been
went
like-
to anything.
So anyway,
huh?
but yeah,
That was
all
good
of-
one, Zach.
All that went off with a hitch, and then like we all loaded up and went home, you know, and then got home super tired, went to bed, woke up, Petey's dead.
Petey being his dog out of nowhere. He's like, he's dead now. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Old man Petey waited for all of the dust to settle.
Just
And
to
then
kick
fuck-
it.
He's like, you think you're done, dude?
My turn.
So Blake calls me Monday morning. I'm like, you know, I have that feeling of, finally, okay,
Yeah.
holidays are over. This whole ordeal is over. We can breathe. We can move on. Blake calls me. He's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, nothing. Just drinking some coffee. He's like, awesome. Petey crossed the Rainbow Bridge, as they say. And I'm like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. He's like, I know.
I was like, nope, sitting here drinking coffee, looking at his fucking corpse right now.
Jesus.
He's like, I know that I can get him in the truck, but if you wouldn't mind going over, I'm like, I got you, dude. You
Yeah, it
need
was like
emotional support.
Yeah,
Like,
it was like I know I can pull this off, but I'm just asking to come hold my fucking hand for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was totally fine. I was like, oh, poor guy, he's like not in pain anymore. Then Dylan and his wife come to help me out, and she walks in, gives me a big hug, and then I start fucking like I start fucking. I'm like, it's too much.
I know she brings the emotions out of
Oh,
it.
man,
it's
she's-
that like you're holding it in, you're doing
Yeah.
fine, then someone says, "Are you okay?"
You're like,
Nope.
fuck.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
pushing it down, and it just
Yeah.
So,
came out of
yeah.
me. So Dylan
So
helped
we
me with that.
So we take Petey out. We put him in the back of the truck and we drive him over to the vet. Blake had called already and like, hey, I gotta.
I'm like, is there anything you can do for it?
Can you necromancer this bad boy back to life? He wasn't having the greatest ending, but you know.
my dog's acting fucking weird.
It's like
Not
he hasn't
breathing?
moved in 8 hours.
No, but if you think that actual reality didn't have something hilarious happen, you'd be fucking wrong. So we get there, right? And we go in, and Blake pays for like the whole thing, and he gets the paw print. He buys the paw print thing, you know?
Yeah.
Is it in the
And
wax?
It's like
Or the
no, it's
clay?
like a
It's an ink.
It's
isn't it?
like
No, it's like- it
more
was
like
like
mold.
moon sand.
yeah, like a moon sand press. Like it's
Yeah.
like really,
What's that shit
Pretty
called?
dense.
Is it moon sand?
I don't know, but it
you know
looked
what I'm
it's
saying?
like
I don't
it
know.
had like a sandy.
Zach, look it up. What do they
grainy-
use to get dog paws?
It had like a sandy, grainy texture,
they
and they
probably
just
use a lot of
press it
different
in,
things.
so it's like an actual indentation. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna do an ink print, but it was
It
like
was like immediate. Like
yeah, like they just walked out there and did. I thought they were gonna like have it ready for me when I went back
well,
to
and
get
we
everything.
took him
Yeah.
into the side door and into pretty much where they bathe horses,
where
is
they
we-
take care
yeah.
of like big
And
livestock.
So we just
yeah.
laid him in there, and they took the paw print, and then the lady, the nice lady, is like, they're both. There's two women that were helping us, and they were being so sensitive towards Blake, like
Like, I'm
like
so
you had
sorry.
just lost a family
Yeah, like,
member.
I'm
They were
so
being,
sorry.
and they were like, oh yeah, we're so sorry. If you want to lay him here, and they were being so gentle and nice. And then they were like, we had brought Petey wrapped in a blanket, and they were like, so yeah, we'll do this and this. And she's like, do you want the blanket back? And Blake's like, ugh. And she kind of just like smiles. She's like, okay, we'll throw it away.
I'm like,
So
It
it
was
says.
so funny though, because Blake's
Did I
like,
do that?
He doesn't want to be rude, but you definitely like your face was like, nah.
You're like, no, thank you.
I'm like, can I get my dead dog blanket back, please? Well, and that it like, well, also it occurred to me. I was like, I don't want to just like fucking rip it out from under him, like unravel him, you know.
He falls out.
you
and
know,
then
like
it
whip
just-
it off. You're like, all right.
And I know he's gone, but I didn't want to like symbolically. I didn't want to just leave him there on the cold concrete. I was
Yeah.
like, he can have a blanket, you know. It was like, and then I was like, as I was walking out, I was just like, yeah, thanks. And I was just all spun out, right? So I just walk out, and then I'm like, what am I doing? I like go back and like give him some last little head scratches and stuff. And part of me is like, are we like sure? Like we didn't really check. We just like.
In
like-
the
like-
denial phase.
Yeah,
Holy
but
shit.
no, it wasn't even that. I was like, they just kind of believed me.
Oh,
They're
shit.
like, they weren't like, let's,
Well, they hadn't fucking touched him other than his
Yeah.
paw yet.
yeah.
Like,
But like, I mean, I knew we picked him up and he stayed in the same position the whole time.
Yeah,
on the
he's
way out.
fucking-
Like,
yeah.
so like I knew, but I was like, it
My
just crossed
rigga.
my head.
What if
that-
he's like comatose?
Did
it
you
was
just
just
say?
like,
Did you just say my rigga?
Yeah, like rigor mortis.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I-
pretty
my
good.
shit.
I missed it. I'm
I
glad you
totally
said that.
missed it.
But yeah, he was definitely, what did
Thanks
I say?
for clearing that up, Zach. That
When
could
I
have been
called
bad.
Dylan and I told him that he crossed the Rainbow Bridge, as they say, I was like, yeah, he's stiffer than the socks under my bed when I was 17.
Yeah, that's literally what he told me. Like,
And so anyway, I went back and gave him some head scratches and stuff, and I was like, you sure? Okay, yeah. And then, like,
shake him
I
a
took
little.
his collar, which was a pain in the ass because he like, you know, you couldn't just lift his head and take it off. It was like you lift his head and his whole body kind of
With
you
them?
know. And I'm like, come on, give it back.
Give it back. I would have just let him have it.
Well, they would have had to take it off anyway, and so I was just like getting it out of their way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, got that taken care of, and we're on a good run now of
it's been a
nothing
week.
dying for a week.
It's been a week since anything
He hasn't seen all the
died.
plants in his house.
He doesn't
Yeah,
have
no
plans.
Amanda has a
Oh,
million
she does in
there.
her. Yeah, they're all in her space though. So it
Well,
won't
Let's
yeah,
not
affect us at
let's
all.
not jinx
So-
it for
so-
sure.
That's the run we've been on. So we're sorry we missed some episodes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're back now, and there's good things to look forward to now.
Yeah, dude. 2025 is gonna be great. We already got through the great TikTok ban.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was so fast though.
yeah.
I wouldn't even call it a band.
So
Oh,
I would.
no.
I
No,
would.
It was
I
banned.
would.
not.
It-
That's
I
what-
have a fucking
I want-
message that literally says TikTok is
I
banned.
would not call it a band.
No, Zach, you
So
go ahead to
I
call it
got
a band.
I screenshotted this.
I
just
want
for-
you. I want you all to know right now.
This is on
that
Jeff and Greg's
if
video,
these
too.
roles, if these roles were replaced, you guys would be fighting in my position.
Oh yeah, of course. No one wants to
But
palm
luckily,
Dylan's balls other than
we're-
Dylan and his wife.
But I mean, you see this right here.
Not even her.
It didn't say banned.
TikTok was fucking banned, dude.
Yeah.
Nope. It was banned.
It says it
And
right there.
A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok right now.
Nope. It's got 90
And we
days.
bet
It's got
that
90 days.
TikTok would get fucking banned. We didn't bet that it would come back in 12 hours.
No, we did not.
It is going to be banned in 90 days. They have 90 days to sell.
It got banned.
no, dude, that was forever ago.
No,
Time
that's
for you
exactly
to time
what
for you to
they're
ante
doing.
up.
Yeah,
no,
dog.
no, I'm not.
Zach,
better.
Zach,
Listen,
okay,
I
Zach,
am
if you can
holding
say
that
that it says 90
90
days, show us. Show us when it says that.
The
Show us that it says
the
it
executive
has-
order that Trump's going to sign tomorrow.
Okay, show us it. You can show us if you
Yeah.
if you can
No,
talk
that's
about it. You
boring.
can show us.
Yeah, no.
No, because he doesn't have it. That's the reality.
I think it's real, Gavin.
I don't-
That's why I don't want him to look it up. He lost the fucking bet, and I want him to touch Dylan's ballsack.
Let's see
He
here.
did lose, and see, it's already says
Oh,
restored
what is
services,
going on
so
here?
it was closed.
Let's take a poll from the audience.
I think Zach has to touch his fucking nuts.
He did.
No,
did
no,
Zach really lose? Because so far we're 75-25.
Yeah,
So it says went dark.
Went dark is
ignore
the
that.
equivalent.
I saw the word ban on TikTok screen, Zach.
Yeah, you fuck you, dude. You can't fight us on that one.
It would just be easier to just do it. You know that.
No, I'm going to fight it.
He's like, I'm gonna fight.
I
him.
don't even think you'll not like it, dude.
Here you go.
That's what he's scared
The law
of.
took effect Sunday, requiring ByteDance to cut its ties with platform's U.S. operations due to national security concerns.
Oh, wait. So that means
However,
cut ties
the
needs to be
statute gave the
canceled.
sitting president the authority to grant a 90-day extension if viable sales was underway.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
says
why it came
if.
immediately back, because it's getting no. They haven't outright said it's getting sold, but due to this right here,
Dude, I saw 3 people that are legitimately trying to buy it. Well, I heard Elon,
Yeah.
which I'm all for.
I'm not
and then
for.
Mark, what's his name? He's like billionaire on Shark Tank.
Mark?
And then
You should look up who's trying to buy it.
Mr. Beast also.
Mr.
I don't know
I
if
think
I'd
Mr.
like
I think
Mr.
Mr. Beast is a meme.
No, he posted a video he's like, I have investors. We have $20 billion. Sell us
Not
TikTok.
enough. Not enough.
Well, that's what the Mark dude is offering is $20 billion.
Oh, really?
What's his
20
name?
billion?
Mark
That's a
Cuban.
lot.
Mark
Cuban.
Cuban, yeah. Mark Cuban's
Off
offering
in the
$20
Shark
billion.
Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he own a basketball team?
Yeah.
He owns the Mavericks,
He owns
So
the Dallas
the
Mavericks.
NBA.
I really don't care.
I hear
who-
it's like the
who-
WNBA, but with all dudes.
Honestly, I don't really care who buys it as long as it's not
Smosh.
Musk or
Well, I know
Zuck.
Musk, dude. Musk makes everything better. I don't want Zuck to have it.
I don't want either
I
of
don't
them to have
disagree
it.
with
Why not?
everything Elon
Musk-
Musk does, but
I think he should.
he's
have
also a fucking idiot. Like, he's so smart and he's a fucking idiot.
Wow,
too.
way to call the autistic person an idiot. That's
Yeah,
fucking
well,
progressive.
Dude,
of
it's
you.
probably his
That's
autistic side that's
progressive.
so
Elon's
stupid
the fucking
sometimes.
man. I don't get it.
No,
dude.
he's like, I get it. Like, he's so smart and so I don't know even how
Well,
to
it's
explain
because
know,
he's
here's my
so
thing.
dialed into whatever he's doing. He
But-
can't be
I know, but then
a normal
he's like,
person.
just like tweets the dumbest fucking shit. It's like,
You
dude,
know that
don't
I
fucking
think
do
most
that.
of that's trolling.
So here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
probably, but
He's
he's
trolling
also
people.
super addicted to it. I think.
Here's the thing: is
But-
I don't want it to be owned by someone who's going to run a narrative. Musk is going to run a narrative. Zuck's going to run a narrative. I want someone. I mean, everyone's going to
Elon's
run everyone's
narrative
gonna
is
run,
let
okay.
everybody say what they want to say.
Yeah, which is what we want.
Yeah, but he owns.
Look what he did with Twitter. Dude.
Like,
Don't
he
you want
owns X.
TikTok with
okay,
the
he owns
N-word?
X. I don't want Google to buy it. I don't want Zuck to buy it, and I don't want Musk
Well,
to buy it.
they
because
already
all
said
own-
fuck you to Zuck, but
Yeah.
Well,
2
how much
years
do we
ago.
have in the podcast account? Can we?
Well, that's what I was about to say. I was
Let me
like,
check.
how about we go and start a GoFundMe and we'll take over?
Here, I'll check it real quick.
We're incredibly
How
inventive.
much money is?
Oh, it's
Zero.
0. We have 0 in the
Oh,
podcast
that
one.
sucks.
Do you think we can do an IOU?
Yeah.
Maybe. Because
Like,
we
an
can make that
IOU
money back.
I owe you $22 billion.
Imagine if we were the 4 CEOs of TikTok. Man.
I know for a fact there would be so much.
We would
more
all just have to
on
take
Zach's
over like
servers.
certain. We'd have to have certain roles and what we oversaw
Yeah.
everything.
Can you
that'd be-
imagine there being news headlines like 75% of TikTok's board voted against one of their CEOs changing the name to
Stop.
Nick Knock or something.
Oh, okay, never mind. The Blake. Okay, I see. I was going.
He
for
was like,
I thought you were
stop, you're going to say me.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of something he was going to say, like 75% of them voted against one for allowing excessive amounts of
Ball
porn.
touching.
Yeah. He's like, Zach's like, I vote that there's titties on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, if it was
Listen,
me, I would say
I showed you-
anyone that's a minor is no longer allowed to have it, or have like a kid-friendly
That's-
version.
That's so easy to fucking bypass, though.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, but the fact
Call
that
it
you put the
TikTok.
intent
Just
in there,
it's a losing fight.
You just say you're of age, and they'll let you. Like,
pretty much.
did you
yeah.
guys say you were 18 when you were going to porn sites when you were 17?
no, I said I was
No.
32.
No. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
18
Like,
is
it- like,
I don't
obvious.
even think they were asking that shit when I was 17. I think they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
It
just
didn't
like,
ask you.
whatever.
It didn't ask you your age. It says, "Are you over the age of 18?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like that didn't happen as much back then. They were like, whatever, you got here.
well,
Which
yeah.
is honestly, whatever. But
There was less walls to get through back in the day,
Right.
Like the biggest problem was just like
Well,
finding it.
I
you know?
think the thing is like because TikTok is such a fucking media-based thing, your face is gonna be in it.
yeah,
right?
No shit. Yeah.
So that's how you
If you
get them.
post
You'd be like,
videos-
you post a video and you'd be like, you're obviously a child. You're not
Well,
18.
TikTok does have an age limit. It's 17.
Is it?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it's.
I
Look it
think
up.
it's
I don't
lower
think
than
that's
that.
true.
I think it's lower than that.
Maybe it's 17 to go live.
17.
I think you have to be 17 to go live on it.
That song is wild, by the way.
Oh, that's yeah. You know how there's a lot of
But
those.
I was listening to some of the clips of the trial. Or
I was just
whatever,
like
of the
gonna-
hearing.
Yeah,
For-
and it was
for TikTok?
crazy how stupid
They're
some of
stupid,
them
like-
are.
Dude, like when
Does
he's all
TikTok
saying
access my home Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Well, if you,
when
if you-
Show, well, his name's Show, right? Like,
Yeah, Show.
they were like saying like, "Are you Chinese?" And he's like, "No, I'm
Singaporean.
yeah,
do you
Singaporean."
support the Chinese Communist Party? Senator, I'm Singaporean.
They're like, "Do you have a Chinese passport?"
From Singapore.
Singaporean. Like he's like never held a citizenship. They're like, "How about in the U.S.?" He's like, "Not yet, but something I'm thinking about doing."
His
know?
wife and kids are United States citizens.
Yeah,
so.
it was so crazy. They were like so hard trying to get him
Here's-
to say something. He was
Even.
The one
China.
that got me
China.
was one of them asked if I put in headphones and hook them up to my phone, can TikTok hear what's in my brain?
Yeah, that was one of the
Fuck,
things he
dude.
said.
Who said that?
Oh, I can't remember who it was, but he is a dumb fucking piece of crap.
Like, have you seen that guy that does the like generational reactions to things, like boomers down to Gen Xers, down to millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and then right back to
By the way, this
The
is on
Greatest Generation.
this is on TikTok, so fuck your ban.
Yeah.
Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Mr. Chow, if I plug in my earphones into my phone while they're in my ear, can TikTok know what's going on in my brain, please?
What the
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
That's so stupid.
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have
Question.
TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
Yes. What?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
No.
Congressman, we do not do it.
I mean, it might. That's why he's like that question. He's like, we don't do anything beyond industry norms. I'll have to
Yeah.
check on that one and get back to you. And
Hey.
of course, it didn't.
he was
Bear
pretty
with
you know
me
what
on
it
honest.
does?
Yeah, dude, he was like,
Bear
he was-
with me on this. If you see an Asian person, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you find comfort in them immediately?
yes, yeah,
You have to say that.
yeah. no,
okay,
like,
that-
that
okay.
aside.
Now this is where
They
it
just
gets,
seem
this
like
is where it gets a little icy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if that Asian person is bleach blonde, they're automatically very bad, right?
You don't trust him. Yeah,
Because in all the '90s movies, the bad Asian guy was bleach blonde, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's from Germany.
yeah. Look at like,
No,
or if
but
they
like
dress
a full-
in like,
like
a
Rush
full
Hour,
silver,
like Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the bad guy's blonde.
Yeah.
Like if the Asian guy has bleached his hair blonde, it's because he's evil, right?
Or if they dress
Yeah.
in like a
I guess-
full like silver suit.
Yeah.
You know.
So wait, didn't they try to?
But
ban,
other than that, the most trusting face you could see
Yeah,
is that
they're-
of an
like
Asian
you just
person.
assume they have their shit together, like
Yeah.
an
Well-
800 credit score.
Like, I love this guy.
They're super nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
super reasonable.
So here's the question: Is I heard that they had these guys, the senators and all them, tried to ban a bunch of movies too, and Rush Hour was one of them.
They can't ban Rush Hour. That's worse
because
than
it was
TikTok.
something about it being like racist or some shit.
Oh, it's pretty.
Oh, it's pretty racist. Yeah.
This top comment
Dude, it's
here.
But
awesome.
it's 90s racist when it was still okay a little bit.
This top comment here. If I'm eating dinner and watching TikTok, can TikTok eat my dinner?
Yeah, no shit.
Dude,
That's essentially.
I would have
the shit
been.
they're-
I could see him like saying, "So is TikTok Google?"
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I thought like, they
Bless
were
me.
like
Thanks, guys. Fuck.
they were. Bless you.
Could have died.
Could have died.
Could have went tits up. So
That's what happened to Darren. He sneezed.
oh shit.
Nobody up there in the mountains say bless you. God's like, now then.
Like,
Oh, wow.
can it access my brain?
So
Dude, that's
fucking
wild
stupid.
to say that with a
He
straight
can't,
face.
and he can't even like. He can't even be like a dick, like answering back. He's like,
What?
"What did you just ask me?" Like put like you could put the best guys out there to ask him legitimate questions about the app. They did none of that.
They did none
They
of
did
it.
a bunch of. Let me try that again. A bunch of old crusty senators
Who know
that
nothing.
know nothing about technology. It's me in 40 years. That's what it is. Like I'm.
Are you going to be addicted to children too?
Oh God, dude.
Didn't you hear about that?
Bro.
Like
So,
years ago, that's what everyone was super mad about because that's what the original ban was. They're like, it's a bunch of little girls dancing and that's weird. And they were like, no, that's just your algorithm, which means that's what you're watching.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're the creep.
Fucking creep.
And then they were
So-
like, oh, no. Dancing's fine.
No, a lot of mine
So
is
that
like
was-
guys seeing how many hot dogs they can swallow whole, which isn't like that much better, but
That was
Yeah.
the video I saw. Was someone's like they asked why they're banning TikTok. If they can ban TikTok
They
and
can-
ban these apps and do anything, ban anything on the internet, why aren't they going after child porn websites?
right.
That-
Someone
or-
commented
yeah.
and said, "Why get rid of their entertainment?"
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems
Yeah.
like that seemed like a pretty blanketed statement to me because that's like everywhere throughout the internet where TikTok
not
is like
hard
a
to
singular
block a
app.
website. Like,
Sure, yeah, but it'll just like one
It just pops
one
up
bit
somewhere
one-
else.
One
Give you-
gets blocked, another one pops up. That's
To
all
give
I'm
you an
saying.
like VPNs exist and you can get a VPN. That's how like people are saying you're going to watch TikTok now. Is just change a VPN to Canada and you'll be able to watch TikTok.
But they had
whatever.
But like they said that wasn't going to work either.
Yeah.
So-
Because they
oh,
were shutting down
I want you to-
operations.
I
like-
want you to know that when TikTok's stopped service for a little bit, for that 12 hours, I was like, fuck
Which was
it.
banned
No, they stopped service for about 12 hours.
because they were banned.
I voiced this and worded this exactly the way it's meant to be worded. They stopped service for about 12 hours. Shut up. So I'm like, fuck it. I want to watch TikTok. I went to turn on my VPN on my phone, which
Yep.
usually when I turn it on, it lets me choose a different country. It's like, nope, US. It did not give me the option to change my country.
Oh.
I tried to change my country and it says, we cannot support you changing your country in this region.
So they stopped the VPNs from being able to change.
Well, and then they shut down the
That's
company,
creepy,
the companies,
man.
the companies that support TikTok operations, like whatever powers it, like whatever's behind it. Those
ByteDance.
No, not ByteDance. ByteDance is the owner. They have a company that like operates like the way the videos, like the selection of videos, just like one after another. It's not all TikTok. They have subcontractors, and they had to stop all U.S. operations as well.
Yeah.
So it would like VPN or not. It was
So-
like it would. They would have figured it out. They would have caught up to it in no time.
People always are like, and that was their biggest thing is like TikTok's they're stealing our data. And I'm like, did you know if you go on Facebook, Facebook has tracked every single website you visited?
Well, if you
Yeah.
look at
Every single
Yeah,
website.
they
all
all
the
track
terms
your
of use,
data.
all the terms of use, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, all the terms of use say the same shit. They were
Yeah.
just pretending that TikTok was
Way worse.
one in its own, saying that they're like, yeah, we're looking at this data that you agreed to, but all of Meta does it.
Yeah.
One of
Probably
the-
to a much larger extent.
One
Oh,
of the,
no, they did.
one of the
They did.
senators
It's crazy how many people you meet too that have a Facebook, have an Instagram, have a Twitter, and absolutely refused to download TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like, and sometimes, and some of those people that like, I was like, why? Like, why don't you? Then they're like, oh, I just don't want any part of that. I'm like, what?
So here was my reasoning.
It's the
'cause
same shit.
Originally, I didn't want anything
better.
to do with TikTok either, and it wasn't because this or that or whatever. My main reason was I'm like nostalgic on it. I'm like, it's a knockoff Vine.
Right.
Fuck
sure.
it.
So you guys got emotional.
I was pushing
Yeah.
back on it because it got so popular, and I just didn't want it to become another time suck. And I was right. That's, exactly what happened.
That's
but,
a legit reason, but
Sure.
there's a lot of people that are like,
But
'cause I went for a while too, but
Yeah, I
there's a
pushed
lot of
back.
people that are just like, oh, I don't want that.
I pushed back until early 2021, so I wasn't that resilient.
You know what's funny?
but
I pushed back
wasn't
until like
either.
I think 22.
but
2010.
yeah,
Yeah, because
And
I was
then
like, I
every
just didn't
single
want to
one of
get
us-
caught up into it, like you were saying. Like I
every
just
single
didn't-
one of us that got into it were like, oh, it's the best. It's the fucking best. Every person that did. But it's so funny, like the people that were like, yeah, I don't want them like getting my information and stuff. It reminds me of the people that say that they don't want to do 23andMe because they don't want to like be on the grid. I'm like, oh fuck, wait till they hear about social security numbers.
No shit.
Like, you
Well,
fucking
and on,
idiots.
On
dude.
top of it, I'm just like, literally, there was a point where Facebook's like, we can take your fucking medical records, and that's totally okay because you agree to our terms and service. And so I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking
They
about?
get Zach's medical records and like, ooh,
They're like, we saw that coming.
not good.
So when I
Not gonna clone this guy.
I'm surprised you guys haven't like. Well, I guess Blake had, but Gavin and Dylan didn't know about. What is it? Red Note is what they're calling it.
Oh no, I knew about Red Note. What are you
Shungshu or
talking
something like
Yeah.
that.
Look up Red
heard
Note.
people talking about it because of the TikTok ban. But I
Look it
didn't
up
know
in
what it was.
TikTok. So like there's a video talking about it.
Yeah, I was like, I know
Like
of
that
Red Note.
they called them TikTok refugees.
Yeah.
And like people are learning Mandarin and shit, and like talking like do Chinese people actually kill their babies if they're not boys or whatever? Like,
Like what kind of video are you looking for?
oh, just
Okay.
go look at like Dylan Page. Go to Dylan Page.
Is Page spelled Paige?
No, just like Page like normal.
Why can't I search again?
Did you need to scroll up a little bit more? I don't know.
Dylan Page.
Watch, it got banned again.
Right.
I'm like, that's twice, Zach. Now you gotta grab his
Oh,
balls
I didn't know
twice.
this dude's name was Dylan Page.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
This one right here.
Yeah. I think this one.
TikTok alternatives before it gets banned. And let's seriously talk about it. Reels. Starting with the
Okay,
good.
No, go
let's
to
move
day
into the
one.
bad. First,
His-
That was
the same video,
trying
only day
Reels.
one.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. I'm
day
pointing.
one of
He's
trying
not in
TikTok
this room.
alternatives until it gets banned. Starting with the #1 most downloaded app in the US
Number
right
one
now. Xiao
in the world now.
Hongshu, aka Red Note. Now, if the government thought TikTok was Chinese, they are in for a shock with this one. Because en masse, Americans are now flocking to an app which, unlike TikTok, is fully owned and operated by China. How's that for petty? But can it be our next home? Let's start with the good, and then we'll move to the bad. It's kind of like a cool mix between Instagram with the Discover page and TikTok with the FYP. It's one of China's most popular social media apps, and because of that, the algorithm is pretty damn good. Most of the videos it gives me are in English from TikTok refugees. Yes, that's what they're calling themselves now. Chinese people on the app have been very welcoming and are even teaching Americans Mandarin. Your profile looks pretty damn cool. It has a shop, the aesthetic is super clean, and it's become more than an app. It's become a rebellion. But now, for the bad. Setting up your profile and using some features can be pretty tricky because a lot of it is still in Mandarin. I mean, Lord knows what terms and conditions I agree to because only about half of the comments are in English. And for the people directly moving from TikTok, there's just simply not enough large English-speaking creators on the app yet.
Yeah.
So the content doesn't really have that addictive one.
So it's got.
So in a nutshell, that's what that is.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna come to a screeching halt.
I
The
don't think
downloads.
so. There's so many people that are.
Sure,
Well,
but if
well,
they,
the-
if they
that-
make it more like American friendly, like if
So-
they come out with like a version where like it just like because of your location, it's automatically in English and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like then
yeah.
it'll probably like be used widely. But now that
So-
TikTok's back,
Yeah, because it
and
never
not
got
going
banned.
anywhere.
I don't know.
um,
I would like
It
to
got
learn
banned
Mandarin.
after it got back after it was banned. Zach,
No.
after it was banned.
So,
it was
anyways,
banned.
Yeah, we agree.
the one Senate, like in the House, and when the Supreme Court and all, or I don't think it was the Congress met, and they before the 19th, that one senator proposed a bill that was like save TikTok. It would give him a 270-day extension to sell for ByteDance to sell TikTok to an American company, because they didn't go through the correct procedures of passing that bill. It had to have a unanimous vote in the Congress. Only one senator voted against it. It was this Senator Tom Cotton.
Cotton.
Yeah. So he is also the one who I believe bought like $11.1 million at stock in Meta.
In Meta, yeah.
So he's going to vote against it, which I think
is
insider trading.
It is insider trading, but they can just do it. They're just allowed to do it.
Because he voted no, it had to be unanimous. So they didn't get that 270-day extension. Said they're going to get the 90 that Trump is going to executive order sign.
Yeah, it doesn't
and say
even matter.
fuck you.
Yeah.
To everybody.
I'm willing to make a compromise with you, Zach.
What?
So we said like a full 5 Mississippi count.
Yeah.
Palm balls, right? I'm willing to go down to a 1-2.
We'll talk about this after the podcast.
We'll talk about it. No, we'll talk about it at halftime.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
He's all trying to make it halftime. He's like, well, not anymore.
But
I'm taking more 60% of your sentence off.
Yeah.
My sentence.
Yeah, you're damn right. You're acting like you're going to prison, so you might as well call it a sentence.
Honestly, Dylan's ball sack's probably the less gross one to grab than your own.
I don't know.
Down. Dylan's like, I don't know about that.
Zach's gonna reach down and grab it and be like, just his first thought is gonna be like how substantial it is.
No, I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna do this number where I just hold my hand out and look away.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then he gets
That's
his hands
fine,
in there. He's
too.
like, "Is that shit?"
You can hold
You
your
got shit
hand
on the
out.
back of your
Dylan
nuts?
can dip his nuts into your palm. You're gonna notice the weight, is all I'm saying. And then
You're gonna notice.
It's all sack. It's all sack. It's not that bad. Can I be honest? I don't want to put my nuts in Zach's hand.
Perfect.
Really?
There we
I
go.
was
really
kind of
think
talking shit a year ago. When
Yeah.
you guys,
But now we're
this is-
here.
here's the thing for our podcast listeners: this is way too much fucking hype
To not do it.
Make
I don't
good
think we
on
really
it.
hyped it that much.
We
a
did.
ton. It's come
No.
up so many times.
Yeah. Over the
It's
year,
been
it's come
hyped.
up a bunch.
Us talking about this.
I didn't even take Dylan's
it
feelings
just
into
makes us.
consideration.
It just makes us sound like
well,
No,
we just might. be.
Technically, you would be that.
What
Because you're-
kid wants 2 faggot daddies?
Yeah,
Well,
put that sound over.
Dude, that's sound clip of the year. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
sound clip of last year.
2024. Yeah.
2024 moving into 2025.
Pronouns in the signature. Faggots!
Jesus.
Pronouns in the signature.
We're gonna touch on this a little bit later. There's other things to talk about.
Touch on
There's
what?
You touching nuts.
No.
So
Be way cooler if you did.
A lot cooler if you did.
Dylan's still making jokes, but he's like low key nervous.
I'm not nervous. I just don't want him to
I think
do
it's
it.
about. I think it's.
Why?
I think it's about time for a break.
I think so too.
Ah,
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Let's call it halftime, boys.
It's halftime.
I am the chosen one.
We'll get.
All right.
So,
yeah, ram it.
Yeah, we are.
That one's for
we're back.
Uncle Darren.
Oh, is he?
R.I.P.
Oh, is he?
He was
he's
a
Rams?
big Rams fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've been pulling. I know they won a Super Bowl in recent years, but I've been pulling hard for them. Just
Every
because.
team that's progressed, except for the Commanders, have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
in
and the
recent
Commanders
years.
have won 3. What? Right? Not since the early '90s, but they've won 3 total. I think. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is their first NFC championship in 33 years.
Yeah. You guys know what else was banned? The
What?
Lions' hopes at ever being a successful football team.
The line? Oh, yeah.
What are they? One pride.
One pride.
You know,
Gay pride.
I talk about how much I hate Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
But,
oh
this,
my God, we're gonna hear about this again
Yeah.
Mamones.
because it
This-
makes Zach moan.
This right here made me. I can't deny the guy is good, right?
Yeah.
I can't deny it. This right here. blew my mind.
Mahomes steps up, throws, and he
Dude,
Just
that was
laser.
so
A
good.
laser.
Was that last night?
As he's being tackled to the ground.
Hey, Zach, see if you can find the one when they lost the Super Bowl.
Like, look at this. When I first watched it, I'm like, he was down before he threw it, and then I look, and I'm like, nope,
wasn't down, and the ball was halfway there.
Yep, this is
So
him. He's
fucking
not even
good,
down
dude.
yet.
And the ball's halfway
The
there.
ball is on the fucking like 7.
Isn't that crazy?
Look up the throw from the Super Bowl they lost against the Patriots. Was it the Patriots or the Bucks? It was Tom Brady. I know that.
It was the Bucks then.
Yeah.
The Bucks defense was on
was it-
fire that day, man.
Just put Mahomes throw. Buccaneers Super Bowl, maybe.
Is there somewhere where I could fucking stream this game?
It's got it. Yeah,
this
right
one.
there.
Fuck this one too. This dude, I can't deny guy's good. I just gotta hate him on principle.
Yeah, we understand that.
over here, coming to the middle. 4th and 9.
And it didn't even matter.
Again, running
He
for
had
his
like
life.
430.
Mahomes got it away.
God.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
Like it's incomplete, right?
Yeah, but
the
that
fact that he
fucking-
got that.
Did they
off,
do the replay later here?
That game he had like
Look at this
400
fucking
plus
thing. This is the best
yards
throw of all time, I think.
horizontally. Did you know that?
Fell to the ground when he threw it.
and it was spiral it,
Unbelievable. Get it there and it actually hits
and it
him.
was on target too.
Yeah.
It was on
Yeah,
target.
that was all on the receiver.
Yeah.
Well,
Had you
I wouldn't
ever
say it
heard
was on the
that
receiver.
stat?
The defender.
Didn't it bounce off his hands? Go back.
No, the defender
Go back.
blocked it.
Did you hear that stat
Oh, I
dur-
thought he
after that
just-
Super Bowl,
See,
Zach?
he's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, right here. The ball is somewhere in this pixely area.
Hit it. Play it.
Unbelievable. Get it there and it
Oh, actually,
He did. He fucking missed it.
yeah, never
He
mind.
just dropped it.
I remember being so mad about that. I was like, bro, he just threw that laying down.
Yeah.
And you fucking let it bounce off your big
They were
dumb
like that was
hands.
like the most famous incompletion in recent Super Bowl
God,
memory.
imagine if it had been a
No.
touchdown pass. God.
No, incompletion, yes, but not like the most infamous pass.
I did say incompletion, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, wrong, this other thing that's not
This
that.
one right here.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love this.
Bop.
Blake hated it, but I loved it. This was a rough one, though. We had to disagree on this Super Bowl because the fucking NFC and AFC this was the shittiest fucking year of football ever. God
Yeah.
damn it. The Green Bay Packers lost to the Seattle Seahawks after they were leading like 20-0 at halftime. And then the Seahawks were like, well, let's just fake punts and do trick plays and absolutely fucking come back and win this thing.
Yeah.
And this was Deflategate year.
It was, yeah.
Oh,
When-
that was Deflategate year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When so the Packers lost early in the day and it was such a bummer. And then I was like, well, at least you can't get any worse than that. And then we watched that whole thing unfold against the Colts. And it
Yeah,
was
they
like-
got their asses
like
kicked.
this is the
legitimately,
fucking
and
worst day of me and Blake were.
we're so bummed.
It was
like,
the worst day for us.
It
So-
was so bad.
I know we're on the football thing, so Blake, do you want to do your bragging about how you just dominated every single one of your leagues this year?
Oh yeah.
Well,
dude.
you didn't dominate
Not the
our paid
podcast league.
Well,
No.
you didn't dominate our paid league either.
Well, no, but I was like always in the fight of it. Like
Yeah.
I was always in playoff contention and stuff like that. It wasn't like an all-out domination, but it was like I got hot when it mattered, and just got into the playoffs. I think I lost the first seed like right at the end there. I was first seed and then I was dropped down to third seed, right?
In our league?
Or did I hang on to
in our paid league.
Yeah, in our paid league.
You and me went in first and
Oh
second.
yeah, so I snuck in at the end because Dylan had a last second loss that like got me
to me.
Yeah, he lost to you, so that got me to the second seed. And then we went in, and then from there in the playoffs, I pretty much
Skated right through.
just stomped everybody. And like Skylar, dude, Skylar talked so much shit. Like once it was us going into the fantasy Super Bowl, he was talking so much shit, dude. And I was like, dude, I don't know. I was like, you're hot right now. Like you're doing really good. there's a good chance that I do lose, but I was like, I'm doing really good right now. Like, I outscored him that week by like 60 points. He's like, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. And I was like, statistically, I don't think that you're very favored right now. But anyway, I beat him by 100 points. No big deal. It was like the easiest fantasy Super Bowl I've ever had.
So you won
in my
that
entire
one. It
league.
was $500, right? Or no, 300, right?
350
350.
because the second place got his money back.
So you got $300.
No, $400 is paid in because $50 for 8 teams.
Right.
So I won 350
You won 300 because you got
of
your
my
50 back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but I got 350 paid out to me. Skylar got his $50 back, and then in the vendor league, it was the same thing. That was the tightest game I had. I won that game by like 1.5 points.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
But still won it. And
Yeah.
then
Dude,
the podcast
triple
league
crown.
triple crowned it this year.
Triple
Yeah,
fucking crown.
it was crazy. Like Landon was dominating this league for the podcast league like all years. Gavin was like second or third place all year.
Yeah, I feel like a real dick for number one, not showing up all season. Number two, bringing in the first and second seed. Sorry, guys.
Sure, guys. Yeah. And it was like, I thought Landon was just kind of going to hand our asses to us, like, right
Yeah,
to
I
the
thought
very
he
end.
was going to be the champion.
And
for
then he
sure.
was in Texas. It was so funny because I kind of beat his ass, but in the
missing
like
2
semifinal, but like it was because Jalen Hurts went down in like the first 5 minutes of the game, so he lost his quarterback at like 3 points, you know.
Oh, fuck.
But then I ended up, I think I would have still won the game, but you know he definitely had a worse chance because of that. And then like 5 days later, he's like, "Dude, I just saw that Blake beat me in the semifinals," because he couldn't really check because he was in Texas and he was working like 900 hours a day. And I was like, yeah, that had to like probably sting because he probably thought he was just going to waltz his way to the championship, you know? And so that one got kind of lucky, got kind of hot at the right time. But yeah, I ended up winning all 3 leagues that I was in this year. So I was like, I'm going to remember this because it's probably never going to happen again. So I'm
Right.
just going to bask in it right now, enjoy it. But that's probably a one and done kind of thing for me if you're being honest with yourself. You know, I'm going
Because next year I'm coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Actually, our
know.
paid league is going to be a little more competitive.
It's going to be more competitive next year.
We're going to have a 10-man league. So
Yeah. Don't
You can
worry,
only
Gavin.
have
We're
it.
not dragging you into it.
Don't worry, I wasn't going to.
Oh,
you're
that's what
playing-
you said this year, though, right?
you're playing
No, I
this
didn't.
year on the podcast league.
I said I didn't
next
want
year,
to.
right?
Yeah.
And then you guys were like, "Oh, come on!" I was like, "Fuck, I
You did
guess."
so good, though.
But
man.
Gavin, this next season,
I just
you're
don't
still going to play in the
know.
podcast league, right?
No.
We're going to do the same guys.
Yeah, you got to do it.
You had
Why
fun.
do I have to?
You had fun. Why are you,
You
being
did.
resistant?
I
Dude, there
didn't-
was text
You
threads
did
of you
too, Gavin.
passionately talking about fantasy
You did
football.
too.
Okay,
And it was
look,
had
such
a
a
really
mind
good
fuck to me,
time.
dude.
You had a really good time.
You
no,
had
you
fun.
can't tell me if I had a good time.
You did. I could see it. I could see it in your face.
Can you bring up the stats from that league?
I don't think I'm logged into Sleeper. Let me see here. Actually, no, I should be.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
But yeah, you did so good, and like you're in there, and you're talking about like, yeah, fucking what's his name wasn't like on IR for like 9 goddamn weeks in a row, and like going into like all this like fantasy stats and stuff like that. I'm like, dude,
You did
Yeah, I was
exactly
like-
what I said. You treated it just like a fucking strategy game.
I shed
is.
it. I
and you
shed
did
a tear.
great. You did better than me.
I shed a tear. It was like I was like, oh my god, I'm so proud of him. I was like, this is amazing. I can't believe.
Yep. So this is ending standings.
Yeah,
Got
Landon at 11-3.
Hell yeah. I ended up at
Rob
6.
10-4.
what are you?
Gavin
After?
8-6.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, dog. You
Seafood
were third.
Gangbang. Zach 7-7. Here's the thing. I didn't even go 500 this year.
Yeah, that's why I was a little like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I went 6 and 8 too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was actually fairly competitive.
I would say
If-
really
if-
competitive when you're just going down like 1 or 2 games
you
at
take
a time.
You take out Shiloh here.
Yeah.
It's competitive, but next
How
year
did
he's going to be a
fucking-
lot better.
How did Aaron get away with not having a goddamn podcast name?
Oh, he just didn't bother.
Yeah,
I didn't even
but
realize.
like that's the thing. The 2 and 12 Shiloh's, both of those wins were against me.
and in his
Except-
defense, he's playing in our paid league this next year.
Yeah, he is.
and he's going to do a lot better.
And he
he's
figured
not
it out.
He's not dumb. He's just He
They're
didn't
gonna laugh
draft a
so
good
hard
team.
if he goes
Well,
0
and he
14.
got like everybody. Look
No
at his
shit.
points against, dude. He got everybody's fucking haymaker best shot, and actually, and that's just regular season because he won in the playoffs, the toilet bowl. He beat Aaron, so he actually didn't even finish last. He finished 7th.
Oh,
I don't even know how to. I'm so bad at this, looking all this shit
Just
up in
like
here.
yeah, go to
Is there, like-
settings. Go
is
up
there
to settings,
settings?
and then
No.
oh, you don't get to do that on here.
Yeah, I do. I never use this fucking.
But there's a way that you can look at league history and like the season like overview. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just scroll down.
That's as far as I can scroll down.
Oh, okay. So you got King right at the bottom there. Look back, scroll just a little bit more. And so yeah, Shiloh beat Aaron. So Shiloh actually got 7th place. He didn't get last place. And then yeah, how much did so Landon beat Gavin 230. Jesus. 239 to 188, and then
dude, my players fucking.
In
It was
the
the last
third
game.
place.
We
Okay.
played off.
Go to here. There's gotta be. Is this it right here? No, that's the playoff bracket.
Yeah, dude, that week pissed me off a little bit because all my players just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They just sat down.
yeah, so
They're like, we're not going to the Super Bowl, so we're not going to play hard. I was like, bitch.
Get in there.
Yeah, I was like, you're still getting paid.
Yeah, I don't know how to look up the
Fucking
Yeah,
show
like,
up.
points for and everything.
You know, it sucks
Yeah.
when you end
that
up with
sucks.
a
It's
bunch
like
of
so
players
easy
from
on the
eliminated
phone.
teams.
It's usually better
Yeah.
on the. But yeah, so Shiloh 7th, and then Landon got 3rd, and then who got 5th?
I did.
You got.
Oh no,
you-
I
Dylan
did.
beat you for 5th place. Okay, and yeah, and so Rob got 2nd, and then I just. What was the final score on the championship game?
140.
I gotta go full screen. I'll
Okay.
tell you, 183 to 154.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah.
Sorry, I had to go full screen to actually see that shit.
Yeah,
If I
that's
go
all
full
right.
screen again.
He was
No.
projected to
there-
beat you too.
Oh, that's league chat
by 7
okay.
points.
I don't know.
Damn,
Yeah, it was.
Either way,
hell of a year.
6 and 8.
So
Fucking
Gavin, you are
Super Bowl
playing again
champion.
next year, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah, so-
free. It's free. We're
I
not
know
gonna
it's
do
free, but
money.
He'll play. He'll play.
But
He
I
will.
do know that when we started up, or when you guys started up at least, you should invite Chelsea's dad.
For the podcast league? Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
We
Yeah.
got our 9th then.
Well,
Well, we need another
we can
one.
expand to 10, or if there's somebody in this league that doesn't want to play in this league anymore, we could stick with 8.
I mean, my dad might want to play with us.
Okay. Well,
I'll
we'll
ask him.
figure that out. I'll get it all set up. We've got most of it established now, but yeah, it was a hell of a season. I was a
For
lot
some
of ups
people.
and downs, but it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
So all total, I
you.
ended up winning. Yeah, all total, I pocketed 700.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's nice,
Yeah.
actually.
I love black cocks.
that's what I bought with it.
Black.
Really, a big one?
Yeah.
Did you buy the what is
No,
it?
a regular size one.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, no, I'm thinking like the what is it called? The one that's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Oh, it had a dumb name. Huh?
Yeah, it was. I gotta look it up now.
I gotta look it up now.
Where I first heard about this was on YouTube. You guys know the
Sure,
YouTuber
sure you did.
FaZe Jev.
No.
No.
He actually he's
So wait,
one of those. He's
It's
one of
a
those.
dude, and he's watching him.
So
put
he
things
didn't
in his ass.
He didn't buy it. He does this like PO box opening thing, and someone bought it for him.
Oh.
Oh,
And
that's awesome. I bet
And
those
he
guys
put it
get
in,
sent
so
some
he
wild
put it,
shit.
he put it in the back of like of all his videos, but he had it like dressed up with like a shirt and a hat and stuff, so you couldn't tell what it was. What was it called?
It starts with an M, doesn't it? Mega Mondo something.
I don't know. I'll have to look. Let's go.
Just type
The
in 3 foot
American
dildo.
Challenge.
Black dildo.
Names.
Just fucking
You want to
the
play
Moby
games?
Moby.
Moby.
The Moby huge.
I knew it was an
the
M.
link was purple.
I was right.
It was purple because I clicked on
Yeah,
it.
we've already looked this up before.
No, it was purple before.
Yeah, you
Yeah, look at that.
pervert.
Holy fuck.
That's a death sentence.
I don't think it's meant to be.
I don't think
used.
$700 would buy that. How much is it? As if
This
it-
Why
eBay
do
link
you
says
want it?
Oh, see?
89.
Told you.
Ah,
Yep.
Jesus, it's $900.
Yeah, I bought it with
Someone
the-
bought that to send it to this guy.
I put 700 down and I bought the rest with Klarna. You know, the payment.
It's like
fucking deal.
$12.95 a month for 17.
I'd be like, fuck, I
years.
forgot to
so
make the
everybody stops yelling
dildo
at me.
payment this month.
Gonna keep the bag over the head right now. A lot of demonetization
Yeah,
and
see.
shit happening all. Just so everybody stops yelling at me. Gonna keep the bag over the head right now. A lot of demonetization and shit happening all. Anything anyway. Hard
So in
time
this
believing
video, he
that
has it
the
in a
PTRS will make a
garbage bag. And other videos, you can see like this one.
All right, what's going on, guys? It's Chev, and welcome.
Let's see here. Shows it.
Looks like a banana.
Yep.
Got a helmet. Always use protection. He put the afro on it and has a pair of glasses now.
So yeah, I keep moving this thing. It's
He's got helmet and everything on it.
Yeah. I had to make room in my spare room for it.
Did you?
Yeah, but that is what I purchased with my. No, dude, lamest thing ever. I just like paid off credit cards from the holidays.
No, that's
with
awesome,
it. Yeah.
dude. I would love to do that.
But I mean, it's like it was just like I was so badly wanted to take that money and like there's these new riding boots I've had my eye on for a year or two.
Yeah.
That I want, and they're so expensive, and I was so hoping that I could just take that and just fucking boom, like buy those because they're like $400, you know, and like. And that's what I wanted to do, but I was like, no, I should do the
That's like
responsible
a whole
thing.
week of pay. that you
Yeah,
made.
yeah, pretty
Still,
much. Yeah, and I just
cool.
like it felt like it was just there and gone because I just paid off all those purchases with
That's
it.
good,
you know,
though.
So yeah, it was the adult thing to do, but I so badly wanted to just go like, fuck, I'll just pay that off over the next couple months. You know,
Yeah.
like we
That's
always
so
would just
weird.
pay it off and like just buy those fucking boots. But I was like, I'll just do the opposite. I'll pay these off. Then I'll buy the boots on credit cards and then just be back where I started.
Yeah, fuck yeah, responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish they weren't so goddamn expensive, but I need the ones that I have are from 2008.
Dude, I just pay my credit card off completely every time.
Well,
Every
I do
month.
too, except for like when we use it to buy like all these gifts and stuff, you know, but
Even
like
then.
normally I use it all year and I just
So
pay it off.
I think my December credit card bill was like $1,600, almost $1,700. I just paid it off.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. I got a mortgage.
Yeah, me too.
Faggot, dude. He's
I
like,
got
I just fucking fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I paid off my $1,600 credit card, and then immediately because I couldn't pay my mortgage,
Put it right on there.
Put it right
Yeah.
on that.
Oh, except I did have to put another balance on my credit card. Dead dog balance.
Oh, rough.
Which was cheaper than we thought. It was
Yeah,
gonna
I thought
be.
it was going to be like
Rough.
double what it was.
Ah, he said
yeah, it was
rough.
rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Fuck. That's awful.
Yeah, do you know who didn't say rough? Petey.
Nah.
It was more of like a,
Oh, God.
sorry, that was fucked.
And then the sound of him evacuating his bowels. And
Did
I
you
was
have to
like-
clean that
No,
up?
I was surprised. He didn't do that. He did it the night before.
Oh, so he shit
Took care
himself.
of it. So I picked up a live dog shit. Because I was like,
nothing wrong. Nothing worse than DDS, dude.
Yeah.
no,
So
it would have felt grosser for some reason. I feel like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
but like that
Did it
didn't
been colder,
that
that's
didn't-
for sure.
That didn't happen.
I don't think so.
The weird part was
I
though,
mean,
is like
you know,
he was
you don't
like
know when he passed.
when we
That's true, if
when
it
we
was there
found
for
him, he was
hours.
laying on his right side, like just laying like he normally would to sleep, and then you pick him up and he's just still in that position.
Yeah.
That's the weird
Yeah.
part about it.
You're like, God damn. And then you were talking about taxidermy.
Yeah.
And that's what it'd have been like.
Yeah, there's no way.
No
Dude,
way.
that's so fucking weird. That shit went viral. That
Well,
that
it's funny
Chihuahua
'cause
one.
Amanda's
yeah,
the-
yeah.
It went
Amanda-
viral, and then they were like showing it, like, look, see, real dog. Like they're.
Because what Amanda got up for work and found him, right?
Oh yeah, I was still in bed. Like I was awake,
Yeah.
but I was just laying there because I took the day off. That was the funny thing. I got a day of bereavement for
For him.
for Uncle Darren, right?
And
So I
then you
had
gotta
the day off.
spend it with Petey instead.
And Amanda gets up and she gets ready for work, and then she walks back in immediately, like, "Hey, I think Petey's dead." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I like
Yeah.
I'm
jumped
sorry, I
up and I
shouldn't
like
laugh.
walked out there, and I just did the whole thing where you just
Oh yeah, go grab like
Yeah.
the mirror or
You're just
something, put it in
looking
front of
at-
his face.
Well, I'm watching his ribs and stuff, but then when you like, I was like looking for breathing, but then when you look at his face, it was like
Yeah,
so
you can just
obvious
see.
because his eyes are like
Well,
open.
and it's crazy because
And he's
Blake
like,
had to
Oh.
look, right, figure out that Petey was dead, and then he looks over and Amanda's got a pot of boiling water on the stove.
Oh, gross.
She's Japanese, everyone. Thank
Luckily,
you.
she had to go to work. She didn't have time to
Eat him.
cook him.
It's like, well, dinner's figured out.
You know what's funny is I actually have a video for that, and I'm gonna send it to you.
A
Zach.
video for what?
Oh, I know. I bet I know what video you have.
You probably do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. This one.
Be faster. So much
I'm
faster than
fucking
you
sorry.
are. So
Are we
much
sending it to
faster.
Zach's or are we sending it to the podcast?
Send it to Zach's.
Okay.
To my what?
Your
TikTok.
TikTok.
It's banned.
It was banned.
No, it wasn't.
You're correct.
It
Ah,
wasn't banned.
fuck. Eagles.
Actually, I don't even know if I'll be able to get it because I can't load messages. See?
22:15.
It's right there. Just click on the damn message button.
He's already in it.
This is
Oh.
inbox. See? It doesn't show messages I get, but
What's
I go
the
to
problem?
messages and it doesn't load.
The government still.
You might
won't
be.
let
You
us
might
do
be
this.
individually banned.
No, because I'm looking at everything
Just
else.
refresh it. Just keep
See?
refreshing and it'll happen.
The number you have dialed is not available
This is
at
weird.
present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Trevor's car video for.
I thought for sure
It was just
Yeah,
gonna be
for
a
real.
fucking Pontiac.
Yep, see?
just leaning over
Nothing.
hard.
Here,
Those
let
were
me.
the worst.
I sent it. Try it
Those
again.
were the worst videos.
I can't.
That's a message. You stop clicking on the fucking letter.
I mean, Gavin,
on
it
the
is
message
like
button.
just
Messages.
like it is just like not working. Yeah.
Are you slow today, Gavin?
I usually click the other one.
This
The
one?
notification
This thing right here?
button. Yeah, the inbox.
This is the inbox for notifications.
I've never once been on TikTok on anything
computer.
but a phone.
Yeah, me too. Now that I was thinking about it. I don't know.
I
took
imagine
a
my
while.
dad
Zach,
gets on TikTok.
I
on his
was trying to
laptop.
like make a TikTok for us today, like the whole like we're back or whatever that bullshit people are doing, but like
We never left. Or
well,
we
I,
already
I,
left.
Let's see if I can-
like easily offenses isn't even on there as like a profile option for me.
Try typing.
Gotta fix that.
I'm just gonna see if I can
All right, it's
get
just
the
us
message
now.
on my.
It's probably better. So Gavin
the
can
Blake
stop
and
saying.
Dylan podcast.
So Gavin can stop saying. Just refresh it.
Yeah, now we can go
Refresh,
over there
refresh.
and say refresh it.
Yeah, he's like, here's what you do.
Let me fucking try.
Like anybody knows how to control the computer better than Zach.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
So no, what I was saying with the refresh thing is that
There, I was able to get
yesterday
it.
Chelsea was like, "Oh, I can't fucking look at this," and I was like, "Just keep refreshing," and it eventually just popped up.
Oh
I
no
tried
way!
that.
This isn't somebody like handing out dog snacks, is it?
Watch, just
Fuck.
watch.
What it is, you get £100. Try it. It's cold. Yeah, I know, it's 4 degrees, unfortunately. So what do you think it is? Chicken. See, that's what everyone thinks. But however, we're trying to educate people that dog meat is actually really tasty.
Oh, fuck
And we
this
try
guy,
to
dude.
legalize it in the UK. It's a German Shepherd, by the way. His name was Ben.
His name was
that
If you get
guy,
what it is,
dude.
you get £100. Try it.
It's fucked.
Dude,
That's about as bad as like those places that are
so fucked
like
up.
you'll go and you'll order like a vegan meal and they're intentionally cook it in like beef broth.
Yeah, so if you go to Blake's house and you see the freezer bags in there labeled Pete's Meats,
Do
watch
not
out.
eat.
Dude, that's so nauseating to even think about.
Amanda's like,
Really?
they're real fat.
Well, like
So fat.
well, not only was he my dog and my friend, but
That's
like,
My
fair.
dog and my friend.
he was dead for a while, dude. Like,
Oh, so
I'm-
you're saying he went rotten? He spoiled.
no, I'm just saying it was long enough that you wouldn't wanna, you know, like
Yeah,
I
oh,
didn't
You
know.
can eat raw meat up to like about 8-10 hours.
It's more of the thought of it,
Yeah.
Gavin. Like, I
Gavin,
mean,
it's the thought of eating
just
his pet.
yeah, no, I get that.
understand
but, like,
where I'm
I'm over
coming
here.
from.
I'm all like, you know, I have.
Well, it's so funny
Not
that
my
if
dog,
you think of
but-
eating like a moose or a cow, you're like, yeah, that's where meat comes from. And
Yeah,
then
then
as
just
soon as
because
it's a
most
dog
of-
or something, you're like, ew.
Do you ever see like that pro
This is-
vegan like street sign in LA and it like goes from like a chicken and then like progressively goes up
yeah.
to like horses, cows, and it's like
Where's
like,
the line?
Animals are animals. Where do you draw the line? And then somebody
Right about
drew
here.
right about here.
Right about
where,
here.
was
where
at.
the pets stop
Right
and the
before
livestock
dog, yeah.
begins. It's like right about here is where I draw the line. Like,
So
they're-
yeah, Gavin, I just wanted to point that out. Not everyone's pets are
Or food?
considered food and
Yeah.
livestock. You have two that or one that's not. Being the ferret.
There's 2 of those now.
like I'll
Oh,
tell you
And,
this, I've
hey,
never.
Here's the reality: you can eat those fuckers. Should you? Probably not.
Yeah, that's what You can eat anything.
The reality
really.
is you can eat dog, but in America,
You can eat a dog.
You're
Look
a
it up. Actually, isn't
psychopath.
it?
I
Is
don't
it
think-
against the law to eat a dog?
I don't think it's
You should look it up.
against the law.
Well, you can't like abuse a dog, so
You can't abuse one, but never said about eating them. If it's dead, it's fine.
Americana.
Yeah.
The Federal Dog and Cat Meat Trade Prohibition Act was signed.
as part of the 2018 Farm Bill, it bans slaughtering dogs and cats for food in the United States, with exceptions for Native American rituals.
I don't think it's so. I think I don't think it's illegal to consume dog meat here. They just can't.
You can't slaughter them
You
yourself.
can't slaughter them in the United States.
So
you
like
get
you
them
can't
shipped in.
you can't fucking like go out of your way to
So technically,
breed them
like
to
I
eat
could,
them,
I could,
is what I'm hearing.
I could have eaten Petey because I didn't slaughter him.
He just died.
No, I
of
think
natural
that still
causes.
crosses that line.
I don't know.
Oh, it crosses many lines, but I don't know if it's.
I don't know if it's illegal, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
crosses many lines.
Fucked up, dude.
Saquon
Well, in
with
my
a
personal opinion, you
70-yard
shouldn't have a pet that you can't eat.
Saquon with a 78-yard dagger.
Dagger. Are they talking about his penis in the game?
That's 78 yards.
Stupid.
28 to 15.
God, it is a snowy
Fourth
ass game.
quarter.
From the 20, just to seal the game.
These
20
guys,
to the fucking end zone.
they can't even take their time to do the podcast.
It
Well,
is
it's live right now.
playoffs. It's playoffs. Gavin,
I was more interested in the next.
See, we
game.
got to figure it out. We got to figure out a day where we're not watching the fucking football games
Well-
while we're doing the podcast.
Well, the
come next
playoffs-
month it's over.
Yeah,
yeah,
we got
it'll
only
be
a
done
couple
after.
weeks left.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for next year, let's try to gun
Gavin,
for a
I know
day
you
we
wish
no
it was
longer-
over on
We're
Thanksgiving.
kind of hands are
but-
tied on Sunday.
Yeah.
Really.
If we ever get back to a different day, like if Dylan's schedule changes or job changes or whatever, then we won't have to talk about it so much. But it's like happening right now. So speaking of football, Bills, Ravens, how you guys feeling?
Ravens.
You think they're gonna win? Yeah. Who do you want to win?
The Bills.
Okay. Yeah, I'm picking the Bills because Lamar has been not great in the playoffs.
Historically,
he's thrown some fucking stinkers, even though he's super talented, and that team is probably as a whole more talented. But the best player on the field is Josh Allen.
Hey, can somebody explain to me why, even during the Bills' fucking hot streak, they almost lost to the Patriots twice? What's up with that?
It's divisional.
So
It just changes
crazy.
things. It just changes things. Like when you're
I can
in
see
division,
one, but then the second game,
It's crazy, dude.
like
fuck.
in argument to you saying Josh Allen's the best player on the field, pretty sure Lamar Jackson's going to get MVP.
Yeah, they just love to hand that to him because he runs really good, and he had the highest passer rating in the league this year.
So he's-
which I get,
Okay.
but like when it comes down to like who's the player that makes the most difference
Right, but
on their team.
So those awards go to people with the better stats.
Yeah, typically, but I feel like Josh
Okay.
Allen was just like the more valuable
Okay.
guy on his team.
Okay, so with that logic, Bo Nix is going to get Rookie of the Year over
He's not.
Jaden Daniels because he has better stats than Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
he wasn't.
He just wasn't.
Jaden's got more rushing touchdowns than
Dude,
that's
it just admit your bias right now. Jaden Daniels was start to finish Rookie of the Year.
No.
Start to finish.
Nope.
You're the only
These
person.
two, see,
literally
they should
the only
be the ones
person
holding each other's nuts.
literally the only
They need to-
person.
they need to
besides,
bust and get over each other.
Besides Landon, that
a lot
I've
of sexual
heard
tension here.
argue this.
because there's a prejudice against Bo Nix.
No, it's not. Jaden Daniels was just the Rookie of the Year. That's all there was to it. Bo
You know
Nix
what,
was
Blake?
great.
You Blake-
guys got
I'm
your
sorry,
dude.
but I'm gonna
There
agree with
wasn't a
Zach.
precedence against Bo. The Broncos are projected to go 5-12 because of Bo Nix.
Yeah, I know, and they were wrong. So you guys should be happy. You got your guy. You got your franchise guy.
I'm not saying I'm not happy.
You should
I'm
be happy.
excited. And even going into this last game against the Bills, I knew we were going to lose.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be by that much,
Yeah.
but I knew we were going to lose. So I was just happy to be back
Just
in
saying,
postseason.
look what Jaden Daniels did last night. And I realize that's postseason, but that's what he's been. It's just what he's been.
Yeah, but the Lions also just didn't want to play either.
They played fine. Their offense was great, but they fucked up tons, you know.
Their offense was not fine. How many picks did fucking
Well,
Goff
like
throw?
I'm not saying like Goff. Goff was fucking he blew it. But yeah. Anyway. Hands down, Rookie of the Year, Jaden
No.
Daniels.
I'm going to agree with Zach.
Fine. You can agree with him all you want.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Incorrect there.
All right,
What?
guys. Thanks for getting back here with us this year. Sorry we took so much time off. We will be more consistent in the near future, and we're happy to be back in the new year. Thanks for listening.